Today we honor the life of Thomas Stonewall Jackson on the day that marks the 191st year of his birth, January 21st, 2015, to celebrate the life of a most profound leader. Stonewall Jackson is most known for his time as a general in the Confederate Army under General Robert E. Lee during the American Civil War. After his death in 1863, Northern essayist E. L. Goodkin said the following about his life. Jackson was the most extraordinary phenomenon of this extraordinary war. Pure, honest, simple-minded, unselfish, and brave. His death is a loss to the whole of America. For whatever be the result of this war, the United States will enjoy the honor of having bred and educated him. Although I never personally met Colonel Jackson, I remember my grandmother telling me as a young child that during her research into our family history, she discovered that we were related to him. Since then, I have always had an interest in his life and what he had accomplished. Thomas Jackson was born on the 21st of January in 1824 in Clarksburg, Virginia, what is now West Virginia. In 1842, Jackson enrolled in the United States Military Academy at West Point, where he struggled with his classes and studied well into the night on many occasions. By the time of his graduation in 1846, he had risen from near bottom to rank 17th in his class. He was sent to the Mexican War as a second lieutenant in the 3rd Artillery Regiment. Jackson started to shine early on in his career. He was awarded more battlefield promotions than any other officer during the Mexican War. After Mexico, Jackson resigned to accept a position as an instructor at the Virginia Military Institute in Lexington, where he served as a professor of natural and experimental philosophy, as well as of artillery tactics. During his years as a civilian, Jackson met and married Eleanor Junkin. Sadly, she and their son died during childbirth in 1854. In July of 1857, Jackson remarried to Mary Anna Morrison. Jackson and his second wife would also lose their first child together, a daughter. But in 1862, Jackson's wife had another daughter, whom they named Julia, after Jackson's mother. Mary Anna said that Jackson was a warm, tender, dutiful, and faithful husband, and he loved his precious baby daughter very much. In November of 1859, Jackson started to dabble once again with Army life, and when Virginia seceded in the spring of 1861, Jackson showed his support of the Confederacy, choosing to side with his most beloved home state. In the early months of the war, Jackson trained Confederate troops for battle. Jackson's Stonewall Brigade was perhaps the best trained and disciplined group in the Southern Army. These men saved the day at Manassas in July of 1861 by standing firm against a punishing Union assault on Henry House Hill. General Bernard Bee of South Carolina stated that after seeing Jackson's men holding the line facing the onrush of Union Army, "There is Jackson, standing like a stone wall. Let us determine to die, and we die here, and we will conquer. Rally behind the Virginians." Thanks to Jackson, what seemed like an early Union victory turned into an overwhelming one for the Confederacy, and the legend was born. He went on to lead many Confederate victories. His Shenandoah Valley campaign is studied by young cadets at West Point even still today. His most brilliant attack was to be his last. Jackson orchestrated the Confederate attack at Chancellorsville in 1863. Jackson was scouting his forward position in the twilight when the North Carolina infantry mistook him for a Union soldier. Lead went flying, and Jackson was struck 3 times. His left arm was amputated, but it was pneumonia that took his life a week later. On May 10, 1863, as his wife and infant child were at his bedside, he uttered his last comforting words to the world. "Let us cross over the river and rest in the shade of the trees." Jackson was a great military man, but if you asked him how he became so good at it, he would simply tell you that it had nothing to do with his own talent. He owed all his abilities and his many successes to his Heavenly Father. He was the model of a Christian man. He trusted the Lord with his entire being. While talking to Captain Imboden on July 24, 1861, he stated the following: Captain, my religious beliefs teach me to feel as safe in battle as in bed. God has fixed the time for my death. I do not concern myself about that, but to always be ready, no matter what and when it may overtake me. Captain, this is the way all men should live, and then all would be equally as brave. What an inspiration! How I desire to be so brave and have such strong trust in the Lord. Jackson's godly example is one we should strive towards mirroring. He was a magnificent leader. He was a humble hero. He was a beloved husband and father. Thank you.